So one of my recent fascinations is how the body can help us much more than the mind will allow if the mind is left unattended. So one of the benefits of just learning to let the mind be still just a few moments at a time is that we realize we actually have resources that were buried under all the thinking. And the body is a big one, a big resource. And it's been fascinating for me to learn about the vagus nerve. I know some of you have heard about the vagus nerve. It's the largest nerve in our body, right? It's basically the nerve that connects everything. And what neuroscience is telling us is that it actually has an intelligence, right? It knows how to regulate, self-regulate, and bring calm when we're in distress, when we're anxious, when we're afraid. Right? Yet, as powerful as it is, it's actually a subtle force, and by itself can't take on, whatever our panic is. That's why it's so important just to learn to let the mind go a few moments at a time so we can feel this powerful resource. Now, there are two aspects to the vagus nerve they talk about. One is the dorsal. That's a word for back, right? And the other is ventral, which is the front of our chest. And so the dorsal experience, just shift your attention for a moment to your back. This is where your nervous system is acting to keep you safe by going under a turtle shell. Visualize this part of you like going like a turtle and just pulling your arms and legs and head inside the shell, right? This is the instinctive part of us that wants to keep us safe by taking us out of connection into some sort of collapse or shutdown, right? I invite you just to take a moment and feel yourself curling up into a ball and just being under your turtle shell. Whatever's going on, just that feeling of wanting to leave, wanting to be alone. And understand that anytime you or I feel distressed, this is an automatic response. The brain is trying to figure out what it's doing. The feelings in the belly are churning around, feeling what they're feeling, all the emotions. Yet the nervous system is shutting down. Right? So what the vagus nerve is inviting us to do in these moments is to come to the ventral, the front of our body, the place that brings us into connection, communication, self-regulation, relating with others. And the shaping of this with the body is opening our mind, opening our hearts, letting the belly be soft, letting the arms spread wide. Just try that right now and see how different that feels. So take a moment and go back inside, let your eyes soften, and let the most recent moment of distress arise, just as it is, without making it bigger or smaller. And everybody's got their eyes closed. Don't be shy. And just feel yourself immediately going into the dorsal, curling over, covering your heart, covering your belly, curling into a ball. Just notice how familiar this is. Does it feel familiar? Gently letting that moment of distress go, with the eyes still closed, coming back to where you actually are now. In this container of fellow travelers, other imperfect human beings like yourself. Just slowly let the arms come up in whatever way it feels natural. Opening the chest, softening the heart, feeling the breath going down into the belly. Whether this feels familiar or not, notice if it feels good. Stay with it for a moment and just notice what you're noticing. And slowly coming back to the center. When you're ready, letting the eyes open.